The drums pulsed, a low, guttural throb echoing off the strange, curving walls. Inside the firelit chamber, figures moved in ritual silence, the air thick with the scent of earth and offerings. This wasn't just a building, it was a living heart, a place where an empire's very soul was forged, a gateway to the ancestors, shaped in a way no one before had ever dared imagine. Welcome, everyone. Today, we journey far back in time to uncover the forgotten secrets of one of ancient America's most powerful and enigmatic civilizations, the Wari. And at the very heart of their vast empire lay the incredible, unique structures known as the D-shaped temples. By the end of our time together, I promise you will look at the ingenuity and profound spiritual depth of ancient Andean cultures in an entirely new light. If you find yourself as captivated by these untold stories of lost civilizations as I am, then do make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next exploration. All right, let's step into the sacred heart of the Wari. The Wari civilization, masters of the Andes. Before the mighty Inca rose to prominence, unifying a vast and diverse region, another empire of extraordinary power and sophistication held sway over the Andean highlands and coastal plains. We're talking about the Wari civilization, a true marvel of ancient South America, whose influence stretched across much of modern-day Peru from roughly 600 to 1100 CE. Imagine, if you will, a sprawling network of meticulously engineered roads connecting far-flung territories, ensuring the flow of goods, ideas, and military might. The Wari were not just builders of roads, they were masters of sophisticated agricultural techniques, transforming challenging mountain terrains into fertile farmlands through ingenious terracing and irrigation systems. Their administrative centers, strategically placed throughout their domain, were hubs of activity, overseeing a complex society stratified by artisans, farmers, warriors, and a powerful elite. The Wari are perhaps best known for their exquisite textiles, woven with intricate designs and vibrant colors, often depicting powerful deities and symbolic creatures. These textiles were not merely clothing. They were expressions of status, ritual objects, and even a form of currency traded across vast distances. Their pottery, too, showcased a distinctive iconography, characterized by bold geometric patterns and stylized anthropomorphic figures, often with wide, staring eyes, conveying a sense of spiritual intensity. The Wari's impact on the subsequent development of Andean cultures cannot be overstated. They pioneered many of the administrative, artistic, and even religious concepts that would later be adopted and adapted by the Inca. Their centralized authority, their innovative urban planning, and their distinct artistic style created a cultural template that resonated for centuries. Yet, despite their profound influence, the Wari remain, in many ways, an enigma, their stories still unfolding as archaeologists continue to unearth their secrets. And at the heart of these revelations are their truly singular architectural achievements, the D-shaped temples. As we peel back the layers of Wari history, one particular architectural form emerges as uniquely striking and profoundly mysterious: the D-shaped temple. Picture a structure unlike any other in the Andean landscape, with one side a meticulously straight wall and the opposing side a smooth, elegant curve, forming a distinct, almost letter-like footprint when viewed from above. These temples were not haphazard constructions. They were masterpieces of precision engineering and profound symbolism, crafted by a people with a deep understanding of geometry and sacred space. These enigmatic structures are found at various Wari sites, from the sprawling capital of Wari itself to important regional centers like Piquiacta near Cuzco, Cerro in the far south, and the ritual complex of Contrapata. At Wari, the capital, archaeologists have uncovered multiple D-shaped structures, often semi-subterranean, implying a deliberate connection to the earth and the underworld. The walls, often constructed from finely cut and fitted stones, showcase an astonishing level of craftsmanship. In some instances, these stone walls were then meticulously plastered and painted, though time has long since faded their original vibrant hues, leaving us to imagine the vivid scenes and patterns that once adorned these sacred spaces. And at the heart of these revelations are their truly singular architectural achievements, the D-shaped temples. As we peel back the layers of Wari history, one particular architectural form emerges as uniquely striking and profoundly mysterious: the D-shaped temple. Picture a structure unlike any other in the Andean landscape, with one side a meticulously straight wall and the opposing side a smooth, elegant curve, forming a distinct, almost letter-like footprint when viewed from above. These temples were not haphazard constructions. They were masterpieces of precision engineering and profound symbolism, crafted by a people with a deep understanding of geometry and sacred space. These enigmatic structures are found at various key Wari sites, from the sprawling capital of Wari itself to important regional centers like Piquiacta near Cuzco, Cerro in the far south, and the ritual complex of Contrapata. At Wari, the capital, archaeologists have uncovered multiple D-shaped structures, often semi-subterranean, implying a deliberate connection to the earth and the underworld. The walls, often constructed from finely cut and fitted stones, showcase an astonishing level of craftsmanship. In some instances, these stone walls were then meticulously plastered and painted, though time has long since faded their original vibrant hues, leaving us to imagine the vivid scenes and patterns that once adorned these sacred spaces. And at the heart of these revelations are their truly singular architectural achievements: the D-shaped temples. The ritual and power. Stepping inside a Wari D-shaped temple, even in our imagination, is to enter a world where ritual and power intertwined in a deeply sensory experience. These were not simply places of worship. They were the very arteries of the Wari state, where religious devotion and political authority converged, where the living communed with ancestors, and where the empire's cosmology was reaffirmed. Imagine the flickering light of fires casting long dancing shadows upon the curved walls, the air thick with the earthy scent of burning incense and the sweet herbal aroma of coca leaves. The acoustics of these D-shaped chambers would have been unique, perhaps amplifying the low throb of drums, the rhythmic chants of priests, or the hushed murmurs of the gathered faithful. Here, at the heart of these structures, elaborate ceremonies would have unfolded. We know from archaeological evidence that offerings were central to Wari ritual life. Priests and high-ranking elites would have presided over the presentation of precious goods, exquisitely woven textiles, polished ceramics filled with liquid offerings like chicha, llama and alpaca sacrifices, and sometimes even human offerings, particularly young women, found meticulously buried, indicating a profound and perhaps tragic dedication to the gods. These temples also served as focal points for communal feasting, an essential aspect of Andean social cohesion. Imagine large gatherings, perhaps after a successful harvest or a significant military victory, where food and drink were shared generously. The act of sharing in such a sacred space would have reinforced communal bonds, reaffirmed social hierarchies, and solidified loyalty to the Wari state and its divine rulers. Ancestor veneration was undoubtedly a critical component of life within these temples. The Wari, like many Andean cultures, believed deeply in the power and continued presence of their ancestors. These D-shaped spaces may have served as repositories for mummified remains or sacred bundles, allowing the living to consult with and honor those who had come before, seeking guidance or blessing. In essence, these D-shaped temples were dynamic arenas where the Wari expressed their deepest beliefs, conducted their most important rituals, and cemented the power of their ruling elite. Every curve, every stone, every offering was part of a meticulously orchestrated performance designed to connect the human realm with the divine, ensuring the prosperity and stability of their vast and powerful empire.
The secrets of the Wari D-shaped temples have not yielded easily. For centuries, they lay buried beneath layers of earth and time, often obscured by later occupations or natural processes. The process of unearthing them is a painstaking one, requiring immense patience and a meticulous approach from archaeologists. Imagine carefully removing centuries of accumulated soil, brush, and debris, inch by agonizing inch, revealing the finely cut stones and ancient plaster beneath. The challenges are numerous: the sheer scale of some sites, the often semi-subterranean nature of the structures, and the delicate nature of the artifacts found within. Yet, despite these difficulties, archaeological discoveries have slowly, painstakingly brought the story of these temples to light. At sites like Wari, researchers have uncovered evidence of multiple construction phases, indicating that these temples were not static, but evolved over time, mirroring the growth and changes within the Wari Empire itself. One particularly illuminating discovery at Wari involved the uncovering of a vast ritual precinct, where multiple D-shaped structures were found alongside other ceremonial buildings and elaborate burial complexes. Within these spaces, archaeologists have found caches of offerings, meticulously arranged, providing invaluable insights into Wari ritual practices and their cosmology. These finds include beautifully preserved textiles, pottery vessels adorned with Wari iconography, carved wooden objects, and evidence of specialized tools used for construction or ritual. Perhaps some of the most profound discoveries relate to the elite burials found within or near these temples. The discovery of high-status individuals, often accompanied by rich grave goods, suggests that these temples were not only places of public ritual, but also served as sacred funerary spaces for the Wari elite, reinforcing their divine connection and authority even in death. Modern archaeological techniques, including remote sensing technologies like LiDAR, are now allowing researchers to detect buried structures without disturbing the ground, revealing the true extent and complexity of Wari urban planning and ceremonial architecture. These technologies are helping to identify previously unknown D-shaped complexes, offering new avenues for future exploration and deepening our understanding of this remarkable civilization. Each unearthed artifact, each revealed stone wall, brings us closer to understanding the daily lives, the spiritual beliefs, and the profound ingenuity of the Wari people who designed and used these extraordinary temples. The enduring mystery and legacy.
Even with the incredible archaeological advancements and the wealth of information gathered, the D-shaped temples of the Wari retained an enduring air of mystery. While we can infer much about their function from the artifacts found within, the precise, nuanced meanings of their unique form and the full extent of the rituals performed there continue to elude us. Why did the Wari choose this specific shape? Was it tied to astronomical observations, a specific deity, or a profound philosophical concept that is now lost to time? And why, after centuries of prominence, did the Wari Empire eventually decline, leaving these magnificent structures to fall into disuse and decay? The answers to these questions are still being pieced together, inviting ongoing research and inspiring our collective imagination. Yet, the legacy of the Wari and their D-shaped temples is undeniable and continues to resonate through the Andes. The Wari were not just an isolated culture, they were a pivotal force in pre-Inca South America, effectively creating a pan-Andean cultural template that transcended regional boundaries. Their administrative innovations, including centralized governance and extensive road networks, laid the groundwork for future empires. Their distinctive artistic styles, particularly in textiles and pottery, spread widely, influencing subsequent cultures for centuries. Many of the religious concepts and iconographic motifs seen in later Andean societies, including the powerful staff god, often depicted with a scepter in each hand, can be traced back to Wari origins. The D-shaped temples themselves stand as a testament to the Wari's profound spiritual depth and their architectural genius. They are a powerful reminder that ancient civilizations were not primitive, but incredibly sophisticated, capable of monumental engineering and deeply symbolic expressions of their worldview. These structures speak to a universal human desire to connect with the sacred, to build places that transcend the mundane, and to create enduring monuments that reflect a society's core values. They serve as a bridge, connecting us across millennia to a people whose sophisticated civilization continues to inspire awe and curiosity, urging us to explore further the vast, untold stories of our shared human past. Conclusion. And so we bring our journey to a close, having walked through the magnificent yet often mysterious world of the Wari civilization and their truly unique D-shaped temples. We've seen how this powerful empire, through its ingenuity and organizational prowess, shaped the Andean landscape and laid the foundation for future cultures. We've explored the profound spiritual and administrative significance of these enigmatic structures, imagining the rituals and power dynamics that unfolded within their curving walls. And we've touched upon the tireless work of archaeologists, who piece by painstaking piece are slowly unearthing the secrets that these ancient stones hold.
Smooth, Stable Male Podcast. The D-shaped temples stand as powerful, silent witnesses to a civilization that achieved remarkable heights, leaving behind a legacy of innovation, artistry, and a deep connection to the sacred. They remind us that history is not a static collection of facts, but a living narrative, constantly being rewritten and re-examined with every new discovery. There is still so much more to learn, so many more stories waiting to be told from the heart of the Andes. As we step back from the dust and echoes of the Wari, one thing becomes strikingly clear. These D-shaped temples, with their distinctive curves, remain not just architectural marvels, but profound statements. They speak of a people who mastered their environment, organized vast territories, and perhaps most importantly, built their lives around a deep, intrinsic connection to the cosmos. Within these hallowed walls, we can almost hear the soft chants of Wari Priests. Imagine the solemn faces of elites gathered for ritual feasts, and feel the weight of offerings laid before unseen gods. While many of their secrets are still held tightly within the earth, each discovery, each meticulously brushed away layer of soil by tireless archaeologists, brings us closer to understanding the unique cosmology that shaped this influential empire.
It's a powerful reminder that even civilizations long past continue to whisper their stories, if only we take the time to listen, to truly see the silent monuments they left behind. The legacy of the Wari, etched in stone and woven into the very fabric of the Andean world, continues to beckon us, inviting us to contemplate the incredible ingenuity and spiritual depth of those who walked this earth long before us. Their D-shaped temples stand as enduring questions, inviting us to keep exploring, to keep wondering, and to keep appreciating the magnificent tapestry of human history. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the enigmatic world of the Wari civilization and their unique D-shaped temples. If you found yourself captivated by the mysteries of the ancient world, and if the whispers of forgotten civilizations stir your curiosity, be sure to subscribe to Whisper Veil. We journey through history, one untold story at a time. And perhaps linger a little longer in our quiet corner of the internet by exploring another of our tales of the past.